All right.
Gonna make for a good conversation today.
It's a weird day today.
Yeah, it is a weird day, right?
Yeah.
With post-election. Of course, we don't talk about this stuff, but I feel like we got to touch on it at least a little bit.
Yeah.
No matter which way you voted. We got a new commander-in-chief in the House. So I just hope that everything is prosperous. Every American is looked out for. Everyone has opportunity to build the American dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's all that matters, dude.
It's no matter which way it went, you're still gonna wake up the next day, and we still had to go to work.
Yeah, we still got to go to work.
It's still the same. We're still the same people, no matter what. And
right. And then it gets so I feel like it has become commonplace for politics platforms to be turned to just mudslinging contests.
Oh my God, dude.
It's just talking shit. We live in a culture to where you won if you talk shit. You got it, you got the last one. That was cool. That was a good one.
Yeah.
You're winning right now. And it used to be all right. When Clinton versus Bush, what was it? Perot. It was Ross Perot.
Was that who it was?
Clinton.
I don't remember.
It was very this is my platform. This is what we're going to try to accomplish, and I'm better than my opponent, and that's where it stopped. It was very little mudslinging, very little political angst.
I gotta say, I did vote for Clinton, and the only reason I think, and I was younger, I think that was one of my first elections, and it was because he went on the Arsenio Hall show.
Oh, played the saxophone. Yeah, I remember that.
That was the one that did it for me. I was like, yeah.
I would like to say I voted for Clinton, but I was too young to vote at the time. Welcome to another edition of the Alpha Geek Podcast. I am your host. I am Antoine Britt.
And I'm the old guy. I'm the old man, Taras.
I was too young to vote then, man.
Wow.
I think, Arsenio Hall. I used to love that show. We used to stay up and watch that.
Do you, so, and the reason I kind of bring that up is because there's this whole topic now about, and this relates to the Alpha Geek, because it's the Hollywood actors, all of RDJ and Chris Evans, and they all stepped in on it. And do you think that the actors have any more power, any ability to sway people's decisions?
Sure. Yeah. I feel like a celebrity as a whole, we have us as a society, we idolize celebrities so much. Mm-hmm. That's all platforms. It's movies, music, now the internet, influencers and things like that. So yeah, I definitely feel why else would you have Megan Thee Stallion at the Democratic convention?
Yeah.
It's because if you associate these two things, and though these two people look like me, then I'm going to be more prone to to vote that way, or to be swayed that way. We've been doing it since the beginning of time, using celebrities to sell whatever.
But do you think that because personally for me, it didn't influence me at all.
Yeah.
At all. I was just stay out of politics.
Yeah.
But so I guess it's the people who are the actual actors. So celebrities could be a wider spectrum. Joe Rogan's a celebrity, but is he the Hollywood people? Are they as influential as they once were?
I think so.
Yeah, you still think so? Okay.
I think they are, and I mean the playing ground has leveled itself with other people like Joe Rogan's and people who may not consider themselves quote unquote celebrities. They still are.
Sure, yeah.
And I think, kind of on a side note, I think one of the best moves that Trump made during this run was being on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. When he went on that show, it was just him and Joe talking.
Yep.
It was a conversation. He didn't have to be Mr. Trump. He didn't have to be the character. It was just a conversation.
Yep.
It seemed like he rambled a bit, sure, but I feel like he's 80 years old almost.
Yeah,
He's a ramble. Old people ramble. What it is, that's what it is. And he seemed more human in that than I have ever seen him as long as he's been in the public eye as I can remember. The Apprentice, all the WWE stuff he did. I mean, he is a celebrity.
Yeah.
And he approached his run as a celebrity. He's like, all right, this is what I want to do. I need to amplify this thing as much as I can. How do I do that? You know? And I just think it's like normal to him. But when he went on Rogan, it was two men having a conversation, and there was nothing to prove. You didn't have to, to sing and dance for the cameras. It was, it was, and I think it was a great move on his part.
Talk about the influence that Joe Rogan has, though, because it's like Kamala came out and she said that you have to meet me. It's only going to be an hour. And even if it was an hour, he probably wouldn't get the full hour. And Joe Rogan's like, no. He's like, it's my show. It's my podcast. It's my format. And he could even like the potential incoming president, the vice president, couldn't even get him to change his ways. I mean, talk about freaking, that dude's got balls.
Yeah, I mean, but Joe Rogan is one of the few guys, not only in Hollywood, but in podcasting and what we do as influencers, who can do that. He's been doing it for so long, and people go on Joe. He's almost has like the Oprah effect.
Yeah.
People go on Joe Rogan, and it changes their lives. It sells more units. It brings a light onto their company or their business or their platform that they will get very few places. And he knows that, and Spotify knows that. That's why Spotify gave him that huge deal. And now he's back on all platforms now. So, he's not an idiot. He grew it. It's one of those things. It's proof positive that if you do something out of passion and you take that thing and then learn how to make money doing it, you're going to be successful instead of the vice versa. Want to make money and then try, all right, what can I do to make money? What can I do to make money? It very few times pans out the way you want it to.
Yeah, people see through that for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Because the lack of passion. Lack of commitment. So.
And it's like, how do you sustain a business too? It's like, if you're not passionate about it, if it's just, and then it turns into a grind, and like, because a job, no matter what, a job's a job. And if it's your business and like you're not passionate about it, what keeps you motivated?
Right.
So at least for me, like, I can't imagine I was going to start like a widget business. And I'm like, man, there's no point in these, but people are buying. I'm like, okay, who cares? But if it's making money, I guess if you're motivated by that, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, and some people, money is motivation. That keeps them up at night. Did you think that the win was going to be as lopsided as it was?
I had no idea. I had no idea. I mean, I knew no matter what the outcome was going to be, it was people are going to be upset no matter what.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but
I think Jimmy Kimmel was in tears.
Yeah, he was.
I was like, man, all right, okay.
But how about you?
I did not think it was going to be lopsided as it was. I think when I saw the popularity polls and how there were very traditional states and counties that have been Democratic that were blue since I could remember. I'm 46, so I've been voting for a good amount of time. And when the numbers, when Kamala underperformed there, and those add up, and I was like, this is it's gonna be. Then I started to think, all right, Trump was probably going to win at this point. Then when he captured the battleground states, i.e., what was it, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. And then he got Georgia and North Carolina. I was like, it's over. It's over. Like, mathematically, there was no way for her to win. So,
it's wild. It's wild. But I think like the media, like how. And kind of like paralleling Joe Rogan to the normal media like CNNs, and like what has more sway now. And it's like, it just shows that the world of podcasting and YouTube, and that these media outlets are going to be carry way more weight than they ever have. And so, that's So our opinions are going to matter.
Well, that's the way the world's going. I mean, even like NFL, you have to, if you want to see every NFL game or have the opportunity to see every NFL game, you have to have Peacock, Amazon, YouTube, and regular TV. You have to have 4 different services in order to watch NFL football.
Wow.
And I mean, it is just the NFL has been able to make deals with these other streaming outlets, even though the majority of the people are going to have just regular cable TV, right? That's how it used to be.
Yeah.
They're making deals with Amazon. Amazon is the only place you can watch Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
You know, it's crazy that there's that much faith based on the numbers in these platforms where they're willing to take it off of network TV and have it just on a streaming service because they know they're going to make their nut doing that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, everyone has Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Why would you pay, what was it, $50 for Amazon? Why not just pay the other $40 and get Amazon Prime? You get free delivery.
Right.
You know, you get $99 a year.
Yep.
You get free delivery on everything. You get it in 2 days unless
Dude.
there's some shit coming from Zimbabwe or something.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes sense.
And Prime is like taking over. Like we've been watching From, which is, and I want to kind of dive into that a little bit if we have time. But
Sure.
You had to download the app. I mean, you could probably get it like through the TV, but you can also download it through Prime. So you're purchasing that app through Prime.
Okay.
And so are they getting commission off of that? Are they like, so are they going to become the new cable? Like, I don't know. It was interesting. I like, and the reason I bring that up is because like, I also downloaded Disney Plus and I paid for it in full for a year. But if I wanted to get Hulu and ESPN Plus, like they have a bundle package,
Right.
you have to get it through Hulu.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I got Disney Plus, and I was like, damn it. So I can't watch anything on Hulu until my subscription of Disney Plus ends, and then I can do the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if people know that. Like, so if you download a Disney Plus and you want Hulu, you know, you may want to double check your subscription because, you know, how easy is it to subscribe to something? And next thing you know, this $9 a month or $8 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah. So I got in on that bundle as well. It was like the Hulu, ESPN Plus, and the Disney, and it was like $12.99 for the entire bundle. Right.
Yeah.
But that was the free Hulu, the one that has the ads and everything and whatever. And then it was like every couple months, it was like $13.99, $14.99, $19. And so it continued to go up. And I got to the point to where after Agatha broke my heart, which we're going to get into, I just got rid of, I canceled my Disney Plus.
Oh.
And in doing that, I canceled my Hulu and my ESPN, which I don't need for a lot of different reasons. But still, you know, like the fact that it was so frequently going up in price in comparison to what the benefit of having it was, it just wasn't worth it for me. So I just canceled it.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
Yeah. I'm not ready to cancel it yet. There's still so Agatha, which we will get into, but I'm actively watching Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, freaking awesome. And which I wish one of our students, he actually told me this, before his wife is going to watch Ahsoka, he's making her watch all Rebels.
All Rebels, yeah.
Because if you don't watch Rebels and you go into Ahsoka, it's like, I wonder if that's why sometimes Ahsoka didn't get as well received, because like you just kind of have to know those storylines. Yeah. And then Ahsoka makes a hell of a lot more sense. So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think I wish I would have watched Rebels first. Yeah. But I knew enough of the Rebels story to where I don't think not seeing it would ruin it for you, but I do think it definitely amplifies the story if you did watch Rebels first. So,
yeah. I think there was just some holes in Ahsoka that people were. It would have been more enjoyable, even more. I loved Ahsoka, but I would have loved it even more because I would be like, oh dang, that was cool.
You were able to make those comparisons. It's like, you know, ooh, like the DiCaprio meme, like Agatha.
All right. I'll start.
You start.
I'll start.
We're going to start on a high note.
So I found Agatha, despite the internet, I found it entertaining. I enjoyed it enough to get through it and not mind it and not get mad. Sure, it was weak at times and a bit redundant, but it was at the end of the day, I was like, I didn't feel like I wasted my time
really
watching it. But it also is one of those shows that I was either on a plane watching on my phone or folding laundry. So it wasn't where I would sit down with candy and like.
See,
right.
You weren't like fully invested though.
No.
You were. Yeah, everything's great when you're fucking folding laundry and shit. That's like saying somebody gave you a steak when you've been eating Hot Pockets for the last week.
But I didn't change the channel. I didn't stop, and I was like, "This is stupid." Like I have done that.
You have done that.
I sure have.
Oh
yeah.
man!
But you gotta. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a fair assessment to say, but
would you watch it again?
No,
you wouldn't watch it again. Okay.
No.
If they did a second season.
Nope.
Okay.
Not gonna go back.
All right. So for me, that's a telltale sign. It might not be for you, but it's a telltale sign whether I really like the show. It's like if I can't wait for the next season, and I know a lot, especially like with Amazon, they have a lot of Amazon shows. They have like a mid-season break, and I can't wait for those shows to come back. For me, that's a gauge on how much I liked it. And
did you get through it?
No, I stopped after episode 4. I was done.
You're
I was done. I was like, this is just too. When they did the whole singing number before they went into the tunnel of witches, whatever the shit was called,
Witches Row.
Witches Row. Mm-hmm. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I gave it another chance, and I gave it a couple more episodes, and it's like, nah, no more.
Well, I will say, if people suffer through it, the ending is there's a bit of a twist at the end that was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
So
I did hear that it did like the ending because they broke it up into a 2-part finale, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did hear, and I don't know if has it been long enough for us to do spoilers?
Sure.
All right. So Wiccan is the everyone who they thought was her son, or is her son. Is it her son, or is it Wiccan Wanda's son?
It is Wanda's son.
Right.
But the twist is the whole show was based on his vision. So all of that wasn't real.
Really?
Yeah. And so, and plus that body, that kid actually died, and Wanda's son got his body. And that whole point of the Witch's Road was to try to find his brother.
Oh,
so the whole,
really?
If you got through it all, spoiler by the way.
Okay, I mean,
yeah,
it's already spoiled online, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So for all of that, like, and that's what I mean. If you get through it, it was like, okay, it's decent. It's whereas the Acolyte was just offensive to Star Wars fans, this really had no. I don't know. It had no lore to build on. It was just, or maybe it does, and I just don't know about it. But so yeah.
Well, I think just Marvel fans aren't as big as dicks as Star Wars fans.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And I say that with all due respect because I'm a Star Wars fan too, and I hate it, all the shit that you guys hate it. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But right, so
another one bites the dust. Yeah, it's still even with what you just told me, it's still not enough for me to feel like I want to go back and revisit it. And plus, there's so much content coming out. Kind of going back to Amazon, and guys out there, tell me if you're having the same issue. So we just talked about how Amazon Prime has the full membership. You get all the Amazon Video, whatever. I noticed things I used to be able to watch with my Amazon Prime membership, I can't watch anymore.
Oh.
Like The Boys, like Invincible. Some of the shows that are Amazon Prime shows, it says, like in the bottom of the screen, it says, or the screen box, it says available with subscription. And then it has some stuff that you can watch, but it's on, is it Freevee?
Freevee, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I know I haven't upgraded or downgraded my Prime service at all.
Wow.
So I need to see what's going on with that.
I don't know.
Now, luckily, I've already saw all those shows, but when they come back around, I don't want any shit.
Yeah.
I don't want Amazon. Amazon, y'all taking enough of my money, y'all.
Yeah, seriously.
Trust me, and my wife. Y'all boxes at the house every day.
Yeah.
Like shit.
They love that. They love it. Just like, oh, a package. It's like Christmas every day. Speaking of Christmas, a little side note: Christmas cups are now out in Starbucks.
God, it's early. It's earlier and earlier every year.
Yeah, it was fun though. It's fun. I'm not a Starbucks supporter. It's easy.
Yeah,
it's available.
I don't drink coffee. I would not. I don't think I would support Starbucks. I don't know. Maybe because it got to be a reason why everyone loves it, right?
Yeah,
got to be something. Is the coffee better than anywhere else, or is it just kind of one of those things? It's just so branded that
it's
definitely on every corner.
It's in every corner.
Yeah,
it's availability for sure. Because the coffee is definitely not better. There's like a Colado Coffee on Independence Boulevard. Great coffee. Little. They roast their own beans, locally owned. That's a great place. So, but that's
I'm trying to get my boy Sean. He's a retired diver, Navy diver.
Okay, cool.
And I'm trying to talk him into. He is one of those people. He's like, you got to get the right beans, and you got to have the perfect grinder, and this and that. I was like, dude, why don't you just start a coffee shop?
Yeah,
I was like, do it, man. And I'm trying to talk him into it. Like, I'm one of those people that if you show enough passion in something, I was like, dude, do it for yourself. Do it. Especially
coffee shops. I mean, it's such a community thing that if it's good and you got good paninis or whatever, like Juggernaut does.
Yeah, Juggernaut new paninis are delicious.
But you develop a big following in the community, and people will go there. Like they'll go to Farmhouse Brewery and go get a panini and a cookie and.
Yes, they will. Oh, by the way, we have free cookies with your purchase of paninis today and today only. So y'all won't be able to get it because this podcast is not going to be uploaded until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow, yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool.
I'll do it again.
You ever wonder though, like speaking of this cup, it's made out of paper and it just doesn't absorb liquid. It somehow resists liquid. Like what kind of chemicals? Wendy's been doing research about the chemicals that keep a paper cup from absorbing.
That's how you know you got too much fucking time on your hand. No, I mean what is it though? It's the type of paper, right?
I don't know. It's whatever it's treated with. It's bizarre. But I never thought about it, and then the more I think about it, she was like, just think about it. Like what is keeping that? Anyway, if anybody knows,
yeah,
let us know if it's that. If you
they're out there like Google, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh man. So we're watching The Penguin. You haven't?
I have not.
All right. And so when we talk about shows so you have some shows that kind of just change the landscape. You had The Wire. You had Breaking Bad.
Yep.
You had, there's some shows out there that just like change everything and just forces all these producers and all these directors and all these showrunners to just up their game. Smallville.
Yes.
Which essentially started the Arrowverse. I mean, but that's a whole thing in itself.
Yeah.
The Penguin is that show.
Okay.
When it's like, it's not a maybe. I feel like the consensus across the board, almost 100% that is probably the best show on television right now.
Wow.
The cast is just, I mean, we're almost at the finale. I think there's 2 more episodes. 1 or 2 more episodes. And the only thing that upset me about the show is that it wasn't 10 episodes. It's not 10.
Is this a mid-season episode thing? Or
no. I think we're up to episode 7 now. It's an 8-episode run. So this show is, I mean, Colin Farrell that dude is just phenomenal on it. And the fact that you forget that these are actors. Like when you have a show when you forget that these people are acting on a TV show.
Wow.
And you just get lost in the story. Even though the story's not that in depth. It's, it's the Falcones versus the Maronis versus like in crime in Gotham. And there's no Batman to be seen. They don't talk about Batman. They don't touch on Batman. They don't even mention him. I think they might mention him in the show in a past tense, first episode 1 time.
Wow.
And they call him like the vigilante, just to have a Batman IP and Batman not be mentioned, and it's still so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is definitely on my must-watch list. So I'm probably just going to binge on it.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's like, he's one of the, like, you ever watch the show where the lead character is not a great guy. And in order to keep the show running, you got to keep him out of shit. You gotta make him. You gotta help him live. You know?
Yeah.
And so there's that in this show, but you want him to win. You want and you know who the Penguin ends up being. You know what he is. You know he's a criminal. He's not a good guy. He has very few redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
If any. But you want this dude to win in this show, man. And it's just so good. Kristen Milioti plays the antagonist, one of the antagonists in the show, and even her, like you see more redeeming qualities in her than you see in Cobblepot, but you still want Cobblepot to win. It's such a well done show, man. I can't rave about it enough.
Okay, cool. That's definitely need to see that then.
Yeah, you got to catch it.
Yeah. It was as soon as we started watching the previews, just we've been traveling a lot, and when Wendy and I get down and we're going to watch a show, it's got to be one that we both agree on. And she was like, I don't know about this one.
Yeah. So, and it's like not even as gory as you would think. There was a little bit of gore in the first episode, but it's really not that bad.
Is it dark?
It's really not that dark either, man. I mean, I guess it's like what your tolerance is to that stuff, but there's a little drug play. There's not a lot of sex, not a lot of, there's a little bit of killing, but it's gangster shit. So you expect a little bit. But it's nowhere near as bad as what I've seen. If The Boys is 10 times worse.
The Boys, dude.
10 times worse. Yeah, this is not even when it comes to the gore, this is not even on the same playing field as The Boys.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, still with The Boys, like I tried to watch it again. I was like, it was too much for me. I'm like, oh man. Like I
love it, dude.
It was just so over the top. The one, oh my God. I think that, what is it, beginning of season 4, the opening where the guy shrinks down. I'm like, oh my
yes.
God.
Dude, yeah. That's crazy. But, like, what would you do if you could shrink down and you were homosexual?
Right. I mean,
or it'd be worse if you were straight.
Oh,
you're a dude that can shrink down.
And like the writers, like who thought of that? I was like, oh, I got a crazy idea. Let me pitch this to you. And they're all like, damn. Wow.
Keep talking. Like, where are you going with this, Jeff?
Yeah.
So.
Oh man. So From is another show that we're watching on MGM, and it is it's super scary. It's awesome, but I will say it's dragging out. So it's starting to lose. It goes no. It's like and maybe that's the point of the show, that it's just this infinite loop of just these people are stuck in this place and they can't get out, and it gets crazier and crazier, but the story doesn't go anywhere. And so we're getting to the point where like, okay, because we're all watching it week to week, and it's like, okay, maybe this week, this episode is going to be, oh no, still nothing.
Wow.
It's still great. It's still worth watching. Cause it's great acting and great storytelling, and it is pretty twisted at times. And you're like, oh, this is cool. This is interesting. How's this character going to end up? So it's worth the watch. But yeah, I'm like, come on, get to it. Get to it.
Yeah, you told me about it, and I wanted to check it out. But again, it's just so much content. So much, man.
Is it true that you're actually watching Suits?
I am watching Suits. I think I'm about to finish the first season, actually.
And?
Yeah, I like it. It like all the kid. I don't know why I'm forgetting the young kid's name.
Yeah. Harvey and
is it Sam? It's not Sam.
No. Oh man.
Just the way they play off of each other is no wonder why this show was so popular.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I enjoy it. I love the law. Like having like this issue and nobody can figure it out, and then right before you find like, or right when it seems like all hope is lost, you're like, oh, clause 17b 1936 says that blah blah blah. Like, I like that shit.
Yeah,
you know,
it's pretty wild.
You dig it. I mean, you know, unfortunately most lawyers don't know that much due diligence, but I wish they did.
Yeah.
Like news, this is the season for all of the winter and fall movie releases, all the stuff that we're gonna get. We just got one. We got Venom.
Yeah. Did you?
Didn't see it.
Didn't see it. Okay.
Heard it was shit.
Yeah.
I heard it was the worst Venom movie.
Yeah.
And I am gonna watch it, but I ain't going to the movies to watch it.
Yeah.
I ain't paying. I'm gonna wait till it goes on streaming.
Yeah.
Which it should be the Sony, so this should be on. Is that Paramount Plus? Well,
sure.
it'll be on Disney Plus.
It'll be on Disney.
Yeah, sure. And it might even be on HBO. I noticed HBO Max is showing a lot. Has some.
I would imagine it's
Marvel stuff
HBO.
going on.
Yeah. I saw the preview, and which I am interested in seeing is the one with The Rock and the Santa Claus one.
Oh, Chris Evans, yeah, like, red one.
Jacked. Yeah, red one. That looks
it was like J.K. Simmons, Chris Evans, and The Rock. Yeah. It looks fun. It's a fun holiday movie. Rock is good for like one blockbuster a year, with the exception of, I mean, and even Black Adam in comparison, you made almost $800 million. It ain't,
wow, that
you know.
much.
Yeah, I know, right? And that movie was terrible. And I think they marketed it well, but it just didn't deliver.
Yeah.
And it got around very quickly that it's not going to deliver.
Yeah.
And that kind of made the box office numbers dwindle. But I think worldwide it did about $800 million.
You know, I was also disappointed with, I had hoped it would do well with Shazam. Because I really enjoyed the first Shazam, and then the second one I was just like, oh man.
Yeah.
This is just not.
Well, it could have been great. Like, Black Adam, Shazam could have been great. I think Black Adam was an ego movie for The Rock.
Yeah.
If you would have integrated The Rock or Black Adam and Shazam, and then introduced Superman into it like you already did, I mean, it would have blew shit out the water. It would have been over $1 billion, because there's already a running storyline that they made into an animated film when Billy Batson first gets his powers as Shazam.
Yep.
Black Adam introduces himself in order to kill him before he becomes too powerful. Superman, not knowing that Billy Batson has powers, tries to protect them, and they're in this three-way fight between, and it's an awesome storyline. You could have just done that.
Yeah.
And it would have been great.
Yeah.
I think The Rock really helped the DCEU, the downfall of the DCEU for sure.
Yeah. Wow. What is it? There's rumors that, like, is it Snyder? Maybe it's already been, he's been talking about it, that he was trying to bring his DC projects to Netflix.
Right. Yeah.
That's like ongoing rumor, or is that actively happening?
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it's I think it's I want to say it's Paramount.
Oh,
I think it's Paramount. The Paramount is in discussions for Zack Snyder to be able to do Elseworld stories. So it'll be they already do Elseworld stories. Joker, this Batman movie with what's his name? Patton.
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. That's essentially kind of Elseworld story.
Yeah.
And I hope it happens, because those Elseworld stories are good. It gives you liberty to do things with the characters that main continuity you probably couldn't get away with. Yeah. So I hope it happens. Zack Snyder, the last thing he did, this animated show on Netflix about the gods, the Thor, if Thor was an asshole, basically. Oh. It was good, but it was over the top. There was like penetration and like threesomes and shit. It was crazy. It was all animated, so maybe he felt like, well, this is animated, we can get rid of it. Yeah. But it was pretty raunchy.
Man. So I read an article that they were talking about, I can't remember who they were interviewing. But anyway, so one of the actors was talking about, he's like, when movies get too large of a budget, that they have too much freedom to do too many things, so the movie's gonna suck.
Really?
He's like, the smaller the budget, the more that you have to develop the character, the more the dialogue is important, the more that the actors matter. So it was really interesting concept, and it was, oh my God, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds said that. Yeah, because Ryan Reynolds was hoping to get Nicolas Cage to reprise his role as Ghost Rider. And Nicolas Cage turned it down, which is bizarre to me.
Why?
Of all, so yeah, but he was talking about like some of these big budget movies are failing because it's just too much crap.
Really?
Yeah, it was interesting.
I feel like that's interesting. That's probably a troll, though. I think it is, because if you put that out in the universe and you have people like us, the fans, say, you know what, he has a good point.
Yeah,
maybe we should start, giving movies that don't have as large as budget a chance. And then Ryan Reynolds makes a movie that has a small budget. We go watch it and love it. Like, I told you so. Like, I guess he told us so.
Well, like even like the first Terminator had like a shoestring budget, and it was one of the most brilliant movies. And like what other ones, like you could probably name a bunch of them that were.
Oh, Scarface.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Very small budget.
Yeah.
I mean, someone tell the Russo brothers that.
Yeah.
Those dudes, they put the kitchen sink. Everything's going into this movie, dude.
Yeah.
But they make box office hits.
Yeah.
So I guess if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. I guess it doesn't matter what the budget is.
Well, yeah. But you look at big budget, like Acolyte had a huge budget, and it just, for what? They just lined their pockets and just came out with shit.
Yeah. Real same thing. First season of Rings of Power. What was it, something like $7 million? Oh no, $20 million per episode or something like that.
I started watching that.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I heard the second season, haven't watched it yet, was really good.
Okay,
so
yeah, I'm
gonna take on that probably after Penguin is over.
Yeah. So maybe I'll stop Rings of Power and just dive into Penguin then. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, how far are you in?
Right. I just started the first episode.
Okay. Yeah. You can do it. Holiday movies coming out. We just talked about Venom. We got that one. That one didn't deliver. Next we have Craven. No, we have Moana. Moana 2.
Moana. Oh yeah.
Moana 2. The Rock, I mean, he gonna crush it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Pixar type, Disney movie, voice acting. He's pretty locked in on his character. It's just rinse and repeat for me. It'll do well in the box office for the holidays. Got the kids, everything, shit like that. Craven December, Craven the Hunter. No faith in Sony doing a Marvel movie. Zero faith. So the trailer looks good, as they all do.
Yeah.
And I just think I hope it's good, but
I have not seen the trailer for that yet.
Oh yeah, the trailers look really cool, man. The Rhino's in the trailer. It looks awesome.
Wow.
But Sony Marvel is notorious for giving you a banger trailer, and then the movie is shit.
Yeah.
Morbius.
Yeah.
Venom.
Yep.
Like, with the exception of the older Spider-Man movies, we've been getting these great trailers, and then the movies just don't deliver. So I hope it does, because I would love, and that was the thing with Venom, is that I was hoping that if Venom had a great showing, that we would get, Tom Hardy in Marvel.
Yeah.
In a Marvel film. It was super easy crossover, right? But as bad as the movie did, I mean, and you can still do it. You can still have a crossover. Venom is still Venom. He's still going to sell, tickets. But you introduced like the most powerful character in Noel in as far as Venom Rose Gallery goes, and did nothing with him. I did absolutely nothing with him. I mean, this could have been great, but it was bad.
I heard the only saving grace in Venom was Tom Hardy. Just that he delivered a great performance, and that's just about it.
He's so in on that character, but that's Tom Hardy. He never phones a performance in. He's always the guy. But that's why I would have loved to see him in Marvel, but it based on what this movie did, I'm not optimistic that that's going to happen.
Side note on Tom Hardy, did you ever see him grapple?
Yeah, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, like legit, right?
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah.
Ed O'Neill is a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
What?
Yeah, Ed O'Neill. Paul Walker was.
Wow.
I think Paul Walker was a brown belt when he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah. Ed O'Neill, I think, don't quote me on this, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think Ed O'Neill was Renzo Gracie's first American black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
Yeah, or one of the first American black belts in jiu-jitsu that Renzo promoted.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. There's a video years ago, back in the early 2000s, of him grappling with Renzo Gracie. So,
jeez.
Yeah, it was very cool. I was like, damn, Al Bundy is a black belt.
You go, Al. Yeah. Oh my God.
We have Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
We get that in December.
Excited about that
You're
one.
excited about that one.
Yeah.
Even with the state of Star Wars right now.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Heck yeah. I think for me, just based on the previews, it's got all the ingredients. They're recycling great movie, or like they're recycling sort of like a Goonies thing. And immediately that's already got me wanting to see it right away.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If this movie does well with Filoni and Favreau at the helm, do you think that they should kind of limit the
yeah.
God, I want to be real careful about how I say this. Do you think that you keep those two at the helm of all Star Wars projects moving forward, or do you continue to kind of experiment with other directors?
Well, I will say this much: with the inevitable departure of Bob Iger, which is probably going to be any day now.
Take. Right.
I'm pretty sure whoever comes in next, which I do understand it's an outsourced they're trying to outsource the new CEO, so they're not going to bring anybody within the company to that position. That I think they're going to look at the numbers, they're going to figure out what works, and then they're going to take the direction that works.
Man, I hope so. I hope so. From your mouth to God's ears, man. I hope that's the case, man. Because I mean, it's battle tested and proven that when you put the aces in their places, you have a pretty good product.
Yeah.
And I hope whoever they bring in is able to read the writing on the wall and give the fans what they need. Because by giving the fans what they need, it gives you what you need, which is that bottom line.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll see. I haven't seen a trailer for it yet, though. Is there a trailer for it?
There is, and
because it comes out next month.
Yeah, the trailer's awesome. I mean, if you get time, watch it. It's just for me and my nerdy Goonies, everything 80s is amazing. Just immediately, my heart sung to it.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'm excited. I'm all aboard now. Yeah. We got Captain America.
Yep.
Brave New World.
Wait, that's coming out during the holiday?
February.
Oh, February.
Yeah, so it's right on the back end of it. But what do you think? Do you think that Deadpool kind of laid a nice little red carpet for it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. I think the fans will come back easily.
Think so?
And I mean, well, I saw the previews. I'm not expecting, like, I'm not going to be like, this is going to be amazing. So I'm just going to be like, experience it.
Yeah.
And let that happen.
The trailer looks great. I feel like I want it to do well. So I feel like as fans and as like you taking someone who did such a great job in Chris Evans as Captain America, and now you put Anthony Mackie in, not only a different Captain America, but a black Captain America. I feel like from a fan standpoint, it needs to do well.
Yep.
It has to do well. I'm not sure all the fans are going to read that memo.
Yeah. So
I'm cautiously ambitious or cautiously optimistic about how it's going to go. I hope it performs well. I definitely see it doing north of $750 million You know, it's just in a preliminary way.
Is Anthony Mackie a big enough actor to be able to make a performance that's going to be like equal to like Black Panther? I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And that's one of the questions that we have to ask ourselves, right? You know, I think that's why you add components like Harrison Ford and you know, supporting a very strong supporting cast, where, you know, Chadwick Boseman, he didn't have that.
Nope.
You know, that was his movie.
Yep.
You know, that was before everyone was crossing over everything. And yes, he had already had a crossover in one of the Captain America movies, so people knew who he was, just like they know who Falcon is, or, you know, Captain America is now. We hope that we get the same effect out of that. Is, you know, it remains to be seen. Yeah. You know, so
I don't know, because it's like, for me, like I think he's a great actor, but does he have that main character? The Gen Zers, is he main character?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Mackie is a phenomenal actor, and the lead up has been 6 years long. Yeah, you know, we've known. I mean, that story, it was the early 2000s, mid 2000, early, you know, before 2010, where they did the Falcon Captain America story. And so people, this is very, like, this IP is not new. This is not something that they're just creating just from a, you know, from a diversity standpoint. This is something that, this is a storyline, and a popular storyline. I just hope it crosses over. First of all, I hope it's not a shitty movie. Right. And I hope it crosses over in a way that the fans understand, like, the puzzle pieces are there for them to put together easily, you know, from Endgame. You know, we knew that it was going that way, and then you have Falcon Winter Soldier, which is about split down the middle, whether that was a good show or not. Yeah. And now we've had a small lull while they were making this movie. They pushed back production a couple of times. You know, we had COVID. So there's a lot of moving parts as it pertains to why we haven't gotten this movie sooner. I feel like if we got this movie 2 years ago, it would have been a smash hit. For sure, yeah. Smash hit. But you know, time can heal all, but it can really, like, make you forget too. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I want, you know, it's like, is there Marvel fatigue? Is that still, you know, what maybe it was good timing that it takes a break, because that fatigue was probably coming in, and like you got a project coming out that was like a bust after a bust, and I don't know.
I am not of the mindset that Marvel fatigue exists.
Oh, okay.
Really, I think that's something that the production companies and the theaters say to justify shitty numbers. But when Marvel in his heyday, when movies were coming out back to back, when it was Iron Man, Thor, what came, like the big three, Captain America, all those movies came out, boom, 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 boom. Everyone, banger, 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 banger. And even people who say that, like Captain America, the first Avenger, wasn't a great movie. Right. And it's ranked pretty low amongst the top Marvel movies. People still love that movie.
Yeah. So maybe the actors of the movie, maybe the studios have Marvel fatigue.
Yeah, I just think they put out a bunch of shitty movies, and they said it's Marvel fatigue to like throw a smoke screen up. But no, I don't think Marvel, you know, comic book or Marvel movie fatigue is a thing. I think if you put a good movie out, it's going to be hot. But we're going to be able to prove that, because not long after that, Thunderbolts. Yep, we get a Thunderbolt. So
which that looks, I'm excited about that.
Thunderbolts look great. Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah, man. I mean, you put Florence Pugh in anything, put her in anything, is a wrap. So, yeah, we'll see. We got a bunch of great content coming out, a bunch of great movies, and even, you know, we got they're doing another Sonic movie. So there's no shortage of stuff that we're going to be able to watch. So.
Another Sonic movie? Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're doing another Sonic movie. Wow. Yeah, keep them coming. Why not?
Wow. Okay.
Why not?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Dude, those movies crush in the theaters.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, they crush it, dude. And I mean, they, you know, you got Sonic, you got Knuckles, you got Tails, you got, what's the other guy?
I don't know. Well,
Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is in it. He's the bad guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Keep them coming.
Cool.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves, Ballerina next summer.
Yeah.
Or next spring. Ballerina. Looking forward to that.
That looks good too.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Some gaming news. I started Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Oh yeah.
No. So yeah, played a couple multiplayer campaigns last night, and new maps, new loadouts, It's pretty exciting. It's faster.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
more reactive.
More reactive. Of course, I played Nuketown. For those of you who are Call of Duty players, Nuketown is like that's where you could just test everything out and just see how it goes. Small map, fast, and it's map. They don't change the map, so it's great. So it's like your paths. And I also started playing the single player campaign. Really cool. They actually did some really cool stuff with that, where they incorporated not just a straight, just run and gun kind of like, and these awesome cutscenes, but actually some sleuthing and some open world exploration where you can kind of use the gaming engine a little bit more to explore, where games like Assassin's Creed or Borderlands, which I started watching Borderlands on the plane, sucked. It was terrible, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't even get through it. I couldn't get through it. So yeah, Call of Duty 6 or Black Ops 6. So it's good.
Are you, do you play, and I haven't gamed in a very, very long time. Do you have the option to play on like easy, medium, hard? Like you still can do that?
Oh, for single player campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What do you play on?
I play normal.
You play normal. So just like,
I would go on the more advanced, or what do they call it, hardened setting. But if I were to play through it again, like I have done that, where I would play normal, then I'd play hardened, and just to unlock stuff when I was younger. But now I ain't got no time for that.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, it's like one of those things where it's like it's all about stress release and just kind of like immersing in this fictional world, and just so it's like I'm not where I'm like I got to unlock all these things and find all these things anymore. Even though I did that with Assassin's Creed, but
the only I remember when I was gaming, I was like, I'm never putting that shit on easy, never.
Yeah,
I'm playing on normal until I played God of War. I was like, fuck this, and there's no way. I started over it because back then there's no way you could switch it.
Yeah,
you had to start over from the beginning. I was like, I'll start over.
Yeah,
playing on easy. That game was hard as shit.
So hard. I played the most recent God of War. I think we were talking about it way back when, but it was really hard, but that it's a little more frustrating, but definitely challenging and fun. And so anyway, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but yeah. Basically I'm trying to say I'm no bitch.
No, dude, I want to, part of me wants to be as challenged as much as I can, but part of me wants to win too.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me just go ahead and beat this shit.
Man, if
I'll tell everyone I beat it on normal.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you, if I'm like rage quitting games or just like throwing a controller, or like we were at my buddy's house way back a couple months ago, and I could hear his sons up in the room, and they're like, wow, they're screaming and getting so upset. I was like, dude.
Been there.
Like, wow.
Do you play like up until like the wee hours of the morning? Do you stay up pretty late and play?
Depends who. I mean, not if it's single player campaign, but multiplayer, just because I'm forced to, because my buddies that I play with are gamer tag Rhythm.
Gamer tag, get on it.
They're all in San Francisco.
Okay,
so it's like
3 hour difference.
3 hour difference, and Wendy's like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I know they're just getting on. I'm like, so it's crazy, but
Jesus.
It's fun, yeah. So Chris, Juan, if you guys are watching this,
who's the best?
Yeah. Who's the best?
You usually murk those fools. You can tell the truth in front of all these people.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you this. I'm definitely not the best. I think our team as a whole.
That's not what he told me off air, y'all.
Oh no, they know. They know. I would say my buddy Todd's probably the best. He's he's got it down to a science, where I'm just like, me and my buddy Juan, we're just like, all right, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna draw fire, and you guys just like do it. But another buddy of mine who's up in Canada, Dimitro, like the dude, he's the guy that will play with a shield and a grenade and just annihilate everybody.
Really?
And I'm just like, what? Yeah. So, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, man, I'm terrible. I'm good at fighters, like in open world stuff, like Infamous, Assassin's Creed. I love those when I was playing, but I've never been good at shooters.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not as fast. Like they just kill me so quick,
dude. I know. I don't know if it's they're all super young. They just like, or they, you know, they got this technique where they just flick the stick and then they jump and they twist and they turn and they're like
quick twitch
type
like, shit.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just getting pissed. But speaking of fighting, though, big fight tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keyshawn, yes. Norfolk, Virginia, Norfolk stand up. That's going to be a big fight. I'm watching it at home, just let you know.
It starts early, though, I guess.
Yeah, it starts early. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's on Showtime.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm going to watch it at the crib. Man, as I get older, I love live music, but if it wasn't music, I would not be around big crowds, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know what it is with me. And I'm not like sketched out. I'm not scared or anything, but it's just as I get older, my desire to be around large crowds dwindles and dwindles and dwindles and dwindles. So,
because the scope can hold, because it's sold out.
It's sold out, but the scope only holds a little bit less than 20,000. It's not very big.
That's still a lot of people.
It'll look huge on TV.
Yeah.
It'll look crazy good on TV, but yeah, the scope is not a large venue.
Yeah. So you think Keyshawn, I mean, I'm assuming Keyshawn beats him.
Oh yeah. This is a feeder fight.
So he walks right through him.
Yeah, this is a feeder fight. This is, the guy is going to look good enough to where he doesn't look, get beat to shit.
Yeah.
But Keyshawn easily wins.
Okay.
So, yeah. He's the next big thing, man. You got to prop him up. Almost like, not quite. They don't do it like Tyson style anymore, where Tyson had 100 fights.
Yeah.
He was beating bums for a long time. And by the time he got to the Spinks and the Burbics and stuff like that, his confidence was so high. And plus Customato was in his ear telling him he's a lion. You eat, you kill, you destroy. You like every night we'll go into his room and say you're a monster. Lions don't have to run to get their food. Their food comes to them because they know it's easy. Like shit like that. Like, and when you grow and started getting that at the age of 13, 14 years old, and when you had that just like beat into you, and on top of the fact when you beat 100 dudes already, man, nobody can tell you shit.
He's what is it? And I think it's on YouTube, Behind the Mic, watching his training regimen, and then him going to see Customato's old, like paying homage to him and these old trainers. And Mike's, man, he's wise.
Oh yeah,
he is wise.
Dude, he's like been tempered by like the fire of the life that not his life has been fucking turmoil, dude.
Seriously,
turmoil. This is a win-win for Mike Tyson. This Mike Tyson, just kind of jumping a little bit. This Jake Paul fight is a win-win.
Yeah.
If he goes out there and knocks Jake Paul out, you're like, holy shit, Mike Tyson, right? Yeah. If he goes and loses to Jake Paul, gets knocked out, it's like, so what? You knocked out a 58-year-old dude, right?
Yeah.
If he wins by decision or loses by decision, he still looks like he still got it. He just went the whole fight with this young stallion, blah, blah, blah. And he still got paid.
Yeah.
It's a win-win for Mike.
And do you think, because that's coming up, that's in what, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Was it the 16th?
Yeah.
Week. A little bit less than 2 weeks.
Any change of thought? You think?
I still think Jake wins. Man.
A lot of people.
Now I'm kind of like,
because his training, like now that that docu-series, or I don't know if it's just being leaked out or whatever, but man, his training, like his fitness level is like second. Now, granted, he's still 58, but
oh yeah, dude, he's jacked. He's jacked. See, if Jake Paul was smart, Jake loses this fight.
Yeah,
loses the fight, sets up a rematch. Wins the rematch, sets up the trilogy. Yeah. And then just let whatever happens after that.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not saying that boxing is rigged by any stretch of the imagination, but
you'd never say that.
But how much money is it if Mike Tyson wins and then you run it back?
Yeah.
I mean, there's now people. There's a lot of people who are tuning in, but there's a lot who aren't tuning in just because. Like, who the fuck want to see old ass Mike Tyson fight? No, you know, you still have some people with that frame of mind. But if Mike Tyson goes in and murks Jake Paul, and then Monday morning by the water cooler, everybody, oh, Mike Tyson, I get out of. And now you want to see it. Fuck that, you got lucky, Mike. Let's run it back. 6 months, let's do it. He's like, all right, motherfucker, let's do it.
Because people are talking like he's trying to set something up to, like, I don't know if he's setting up a comeback or
who, Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson, not a comeback, but he's trying to set something up for a future thing where I think I don't know if other older fighters are wanting to come back, because it's like Jake Paul's been fighting MMA guys and like street fighters or bare knuckle fighters, and so like some of these boxers are saying like boxing is not MMA or bare knuckles. Like, it's a different beast.
It is.
And this dude doesn't know what he's walking into.
I would do it. I'm just want to say this. It would make my day. It would make my day if Mike Tyson knocked Jake Paul out in the first or second round. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would take me back. It would take me back to the old school.
Heck yeah.
I remember my uncle, that's when you had to go down to the Cox Cable building and get the box, right?
Oh my God.
It was like $150. You have to go down, wait in line, get the box, bring the box home, hook the box up.
Yeah.
Watch the fight. Prelims took, a couple of hours. Mike Tyson wasn't fighting until almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And he would go, you waited up, you're eating, you're like making sandwiches, you're having drinks, whatever. And then Mike Tyson beats the shot. It got 19 seconds. And my uncle will be mad as shit. He's like, man, I just paid all this money for this fight.
Yeah.
And we're like, you still saw the fight. Why are you so mad? But now I get it. Yeah. It's like, you pay all that money and Mike, but you still got the next one.
Yeah.
No matter what happened, you would buy the next one because it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
This dude is like, we haven't seen anyone like this.
Yeah.
So
that dude's a legend. He's a legend that brought the sport to what it is. I would imagine.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You have a couple like guys who are like the benchmark of, their certain discipline or profession. You had Ali, and then you didn't have anyone like that until Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, you had great boxers. You had, Sugar Ray and Marvin Hagler, but there's nothing like heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
Like you can have the best cruiserweight, welterweight, middleweight, Floyd Mayweather, probably on paper the best boxer of all time.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if they came up the same time, people will tune in to Mike before they tune in to Floyd.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is, man. And the fact that we don't have a great heavyweight. Do we have American heavyweight champ right now? No, we don't. No, we don't. So
yeah. Well, that's coming up. That's coming up tomorrow night, though. Tomorrow night. Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Get it.
I think Keyshawn wins. He walks away with it.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll bring some. Actually, it probably do very little for Hampton Roads.
Oh, really?
You would think. I mean, it'll be great for Keyshawn and put him on the map as a Hampton Roads fighter. But this is not something that is gonna force more of these fights here.
Yeah.
Unless Keyshawn goes on to become the guy. He's the champ, multiple champ. So it was fun for one.
It was cool to see him though. He went to like his school and visited the kids and a bunch of stuff they posted on Instagram. Excuse me. So he seems like a good dude.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. I don't know him. I know one of his coaches, and his coach was a good boxer, good coach. So we'll see.
Cool.
We'll see. Oh man, closing thoughts. We gonna get out of here. What we gonna tell these people?
So I will say this: this past weekend, I was at the Bellagio in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I was the Bruce Buffer of the ballroom the WDC World Ballroom Championship. So that was really cool. I got to see some elite athletes in the ballroom dance world, and it was truly breathtaking. It was one of the most spectacular things I think I've ever seen. So that was really cool, and to be able to kind of narrate the whole thing and introduce the couples that were from across the world, from obviously a lot of couples were from the United States, but we had couples from Poland, from Ukraine, from Russia, which that was filled with drama, Estonia.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
One of the judges there was supposed to be this big protest because one of the judges from Russia is also in photos with Putin. But this judge is also one of the organizers of the Kremlin Cup. But, you know, if you're in Russia and you're organizing this national thing, you're gonna have to probably answer to the guy. And so it's like you can't say no.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know, he'll probably kill you. So, but there was which I get, and it was weird. I was carrying the Ukrainian flag for the parade of flags, and so there was a sense of pride there. But anyway, there was couples from the United Kingdom. So it was really exciting. So,
very cool, man.
Yeah, but,
what's the youngest, like in a adult division that a person can compete? What's the youngest competitor you've seen?
The youngest?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 6-year-olds they're doing, but you mean,
but like when you talk about like competitive high level, like in a like adult division like 16, 17, can I think teenagers compete?
Yeah, but I think you have to be 18 to compete as an adult. There's like a junior division. I think the junior division is like 16 to 18 or something like that. Or 14, 15 to 17, and then 18 is where you compete at the adult. And then usually all those competitors are probably in their early mid-20s. They weren't very old.
Yeah, they're young. They're babies.
Yeah, they're babies.
Yeah. Man, very cool, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
Dude.
So that was a kind of a feather in my cap to be able to do that. So, but if you're in the Hampton Roads area and you want to participate in a dance studio,
yes, check out Arthur Murray, y'all.
Arthur Murray, we're here.
Hell yeah. If you want the best cookies in Hampton Roads, come to farm, and you can get beer. I mean, how crazy is that? You can come to Farmhouse Brewery on the corner of Kentville, Centerville, and you can get some of the best craft beer you've ever had, along with Hampton Roads' favorite cookie. Now, my cookies are giant. They're like the size of Taras's head. They're like 6 ounces, 6 inches in circumference. And like, I can talk about somebody's head first and foremost. And it's awesome. I took an old Airstream and built it out, gutted it, and made it like the cookie hub. So come on by. We have grilled paninis that you can get, so you can get dinner and you can get a dessert over at Farmhouse 1805 Kempsville Road, Virginia Beach. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 4 to 8.
Yeah, really cool. We went there last weekend. We missed you.
Yeah, I wasn't there that day.
Yeah,
dude. It was awesome. And I'm usually there. Like I have staff there on the weekends because my wife would kill me if I worked every weekend.
Yeah.
But I love when people come up to them. It's like, yo, that's you on the side of the thing. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So it's always fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It's definitely Farmhouse Brewery is definitely a cool place to go and hang out, and very family friendly, dog friendly.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's cool, cool place.
It's very cool. It's turned into like now in this day and age in America, you can throw a rock and run into a brewery, hit a brewery, right?
Yeah.
Farmhouse has turned into one of those. It's like when you think of, if you ask somebody what's a brewery in the area, you say Farmhouse, you say Commonwealth, and you probably say like New Realm.
Yeah.
Like those are like the go-to breweries in the area. And of course, there's more. You got the Makers and the Afterglow and Armed Forces Brewery, a bunch of them. But
Farmhouse and
Farmhouse is like the shit. Yeah, it's awesome. So come on by, come and check me out.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
On behalf of myself and my homeboy Taras, we thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the flip side.
Peace.